Victorious is awesome. I think the new season of Victorious is filled with nothing but the highest of expectations. I saw a couple of the season 3 shows when they premiered. I caught the premiere of one show there a couple of days ago, The Breakfast Bunch. Very different approach for Victorious. We found a lot of stuff out about characters in this show that we didn't find out in seasons 1 and 2. A lot of stuff added in there if you caught it. And I want to know what your opinion of it is. If you're listening to us on Facebook, let us know via comment for one of our video blogs for Victorious what you think of the new show, the new season, the way the show's going in terms of a direction, a format, a plot. Very different, very informative when it comes to characters. One of the things that I always said about this show is that I love the fact of how their everyday personalities tie in with their Nickelodeon characters. You know, every once in a while you'll see a show on television and it's all about the character you play on television. You never find out what they're really all about in real life. But the thing about Victorious is it ties in what you can potentially be when you put your imagination to work, and what you are off of screen and off of camera too. And I know a lot of kids love this show because it really challenges your imagination and goes beyond anything you could imagine. Anything that you want to be, it encourages you to put your dream in action. And of course, it incorporates everyday things with acting and the dream of being something special. So I know a lot of kids, from reading a lot of comments and reviews from everything from shows to video games, for Victorious, love this one. And I want to know what you think of the new season. Do you think it's going in a really positive direction? Would you like to see some things implemented and changed when it comes to season 3? We haven't seen many of these shows for season 3 yet. They seem very different. Definitely a very different approach. No intro for episode 2 of season 3. And they've changed up the graphics a little bit, and the characters, of course, have matured a little bit, and they look a little bit different. They've definitely aged a considerable amount, and I think it's cool. I think it's great for fans of Victorious who followed the show back in season 1, premiering in 2010, season 2, 2011, and now 2012. Very few season 3 shows have premiered just yet. I got a couple of the premieres there a couple of days ago, and I really liked The Breakfast Bunch. It was a half-hour presentation, about 20 minutes without commercials, and it's awesome. If you haven't seen the show, I'll tell you how you can see it on our Twitter page at HEW Entertainment Jonathan Clarke 1 later on in the show, so get a pen and piece of paper ready. I'll tell you how you can see The Breakfast Bunch in its entirety via a stream on our Twitter page at HEW Entertainment Jonathan Clarke 1. It's in 2 parts. Along with Victorious Season 3 and the premieres we've seen from that, we've also seen a premiere of a new 1-hour special. I believe it was called April Fools for iCarly. I think they're in their 4th or 5th season now. We saw a premiere for that one. And a couple of other premieres. Big Time Rush had one there a while back. Victorious, iCarly, and Big Time Rush premiering new additions to their seasons, which they're currently premiering. A couple of nights ago, Friday of First is what YTV called it here in Canada. I'm not sure what the name of it was for the premieres for Nickelodeon, but we've seen a lot of premieres from a lot of popular teen shows. Teen Nickelodeon doing a tremendous job, and just last year, Victorious winning a couple of Kids' Choice Awards. They're up for a few at the 2012 Kids' Choice Awards, going to be hosted by Will Smith. A trailer of the 2012 Kids' Choice Awards is on our Twitter page at HEW Entertainment Jonathan Clarke 1. Head to nick.com for nominees, and I can vote for your favorite actors and actresses and celebrities for Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Victorious is up for a couple. They've taken home a couple in the past, in previous years, and it's because of tremendous work ethic, I think. Every character on Victorious has a tremendous role. Even Eric Lang, who plays Psycho Witz, and only guest stars occasionally on the show, they have a tremendous role. Every role on the show, even the urban puppet Rex Powers, who's voiced by Christopher Kane, a British actor who's had many roles, they have a pretty significant role. Nobody has a small role. I'd say the smallest role on the show is done by Mikey Reed, who plays St. John, and I think that everybody has a huge role. Now, Danielle Munt, who plays Trina on the show, didn't have a big role in the Breakfast Bunch half-hour show that they did. I would have liked to have seen her have a more decisive role, a more bigger role that stood out more in conjunction with the other 7 cast members. She just kind of comes in, does her thing with the locker, puts tacos in Tori's locker. I'm not going to ruin the show for you. Then she kind of just comes in, gets out, and we don't see her for the rest of the show. But a lot of fun stuff happened in The Breakfast Bunch. We see the debut of a principal for Hollywood Arts who wasn't there in seasons 1 and 2. We never did see a principal for seasons 1 and 2, and he's a very stern type of individual who doesn't let students off with much, and it was kind of weird, seeing him there, voicing over the characters, yelling over them, expressing his opinion in a very inappropriate way, laying down the law when it comes to Hollywood Arts. And it seemed like in seasons 1 and 2, Hollywood Arts was all about being who you wanted to be, portraying yourself whatever way you wanted to, and conveying a certain image. Designing your locker the best way you wanted, doing your own little thing. And now all of a sudden in season 3, we have this stern principal who believes, that in his mind at least, I don't know about in the minds of anyone else who came up with the idea for Hollywood Arts, but he believes that it's his way or the highway. And we see that a lot. We see that emphasized on a lot in this one, because they all suffer from a detention, and they have to spend the entire weekend locked up in school being monitored. So, it's a very cool edition of Victorious. I like it. I'm rating it 4 out of 5 stars. Tell me what you think of my rating on Facebook.com, where you're listening to the show, on Facebook.com/ECW Entertainment. Follow us on Twitter at ECW Entertainment Jonathan Clarke 1, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at YouTube.com Jonathan Clarke 22, where you can hear the show. We've got some Victorious video archives already up on our Twitter page, including reviews of theslap.com. It's a great website, lots of videos and games and fun facts about the cast members. Head there. They have mobile updates, special updates about the show. There's a mailing list there. You can create your own account. We've reviewed theslap.com. We have a couple of screenshots up on our YouTube channel. Theslap.com. I prefer the American version of the site over the YTV sub-sister site. It's a great site. Sign up for it, make your own account, and submit your avatars for Avatar of the Week. I also like the mobile updates. It's very realistic. It's not too far from the site you see on the show, how they present it on the show. It's really unique. Theslap.com. We've talked about Victorious, and we've also talked about Victoria Justice. The video games for Victorious and Victoria Justice, all those archives are up on our YouTube channel at youtube.com Jonathan Clarke 22. And this is a tremendous addition to the already loaded and very impressive resume of Victoria Justice, who premiered a few years ago when she was about 12 or 13. And she's done a lot in Hollywood. Born in Hollywood, Florida, to Serena and Jack Justice, and since then she's done everything from starring in major blockbuster films for Hollywood. We're going to see a lot of theatrical roles for her probably in 2014, 2015 is the tentative date I'm giving Victoria Justice to land more theatrical roles. She's going to be really good when she gets to the big screen eventually. She's been there before in minor roles. She's done everything from that to starring on hit Nickelodeon TV series like iCarly, playing Shelby Marks, a CFC fighter, their version of the UFC. She's also been on there with Victorious and the cast members of the show. A total of 8 to 9 cast members for Victorious. They're all coming back for season 3. Nobody's dropped out. We've even got Rex Powers. Christopher Kane does the voice work for him. He'll be on there for the entire season. Eric Lang coming back for another edition of this season of Victorious. He's there every once in a while, so it's awesome. It's really cool, and you have so much interactivity coming from theslap.com too. You have Tori on there browsing for fan requests. We threw up a fan request video that she granted on our Twitter page, along with other videos from theslap.com. And if you haven't seen these, download them via exclusive links from our Twitter page. And I'm going to be telling you how you can check out the Breakfast Bunch in its entirety from start to finish. If you didn't see it on television when it premiered, it's going to be awesome. The Kids' Choice Awards dropping on March 31st in the States, and on April 6th in Canada on YTV, and Victorious is up for a couple of awards. And the Breakfast Bunch definitely is a pure illustration as to why. And we find a lot of additional, peculiar, bizarre facts about some of the cast members, including that 2 of them are vegans, Robbie and Kat, making fun of the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, in my opinion, Daniel Bryan. Jade, played by Elizabeth Gillies, definitely questioning their eating habits by referring to them as vegans. That was the last thing I expected. in the Breakfast Bunch show. We don't get the term vegan used much, but the fact they didn't eat meat was emphasized on a little bit too much. I think a little bit too close for comfort, in my opinion. I can't imagine how somebody can't eat meat through their entire life, but I know people do it. I'm not criticizing vegans, and I have nothing against them, but it's kind of weird how some people just stray away from meat, and that was pretty emphasized on. And we see the character of Robbie Shapiro, played by Matt Bennett. He was in that film Spectacular with Victoria Justice back in 2009. Very different roles for both of them. And he actually changes his hairstyle a little bit. He loses the curls, and in a note at the end of the show, he implements the fact that he's only temporarily losing the curls, so we will see him back with curls for season 3. And I saw the trailer, so I know he's coming back with the curls. I wasn't too struck on him losing his stuck-up hair, and I wouldn't be too struck if Beck lost his hair too. I think it's